Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday night basketball. It's the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Dallas Mavericks. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
And moments ago, the national anthem and the mental preparation for the game ahead. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And tipping off the NBA season, here are the starting lineups. First for the Hawks, Jeff Teague and Lou Williams, the backcourt. And holding down the middle, a tremendously hard-working and versatile big man out of the Dominican Republic, Al Horford. Then there's Kyle Korver, and it's Millsap in at the 4. And for the Mavericks, Devin Harris is out there with Ellis, and it's Samuel Dalembert manning the middle at the center position. Then there's Marion, and it's Nowitzki in at the 4 spot.
You know, last season the Hawks were a solid team on the road. Nothing spectacular. Really what you'd expect from a 3 seed in the East. Ended the year with a 19-22 road record. Not bad.
Clark, you said about the Hawks last year, 19-22 on the road. You really need to hover around 500 on the road, don't you think, Steve, to position yourself for the playoffs?
No question. As long as you can control your home court and get a good record there, then 500 on the road is just fine. But this is a Hawks team that's looking to take the next step, Kevin, to really becoming elite. They've been kind of stuck in the middle for a while now.
Down low. Second shot opportunity, and it's Marion getting it to go. Marion's got his team on the board to start the game for the Mavs. Mavericks on D. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at Atlanta.
Yeah, and you look back to last year, these two teams were very evenly matched. They split the 2 games that they played.
Now here's Ellis, following the miss by Lewis Williams. Harris kicks to Ellis. Shot clock at 5. The 15-footer kept alive. Here's Nowitzki. Horford with the block. The pass to Korver. Let's go. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Going back for a second to your comment, Steve, in the standoff these teams played to last year, it may have been an indicator of how closely matched the teams in the middle of both conferences were.
Well, we know these 2 teams were certainly closely matched.
And good on the basket. Hook it. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Poked loose. Here's the break. Here's Nowitzki. And the layup falls.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
You know, Dirk is one of those guys, to me, who looks like he might be able to play until he's 50. That could be an exaggeration, but you think about how his game is foundation. It's all about skill, positioning, shot making, and he's not going to shrink anytime soon. So if a 7-footer can be strong enough to be on the court with his skill set, he can play for a lot longer.
Now here is Harris. Ellis fires. Here's Dalembert. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, when he's not blocking shots, he's altering them, Kevin, because he's just a constant presence and a threat defensively in the paint.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
Well, you talk about longevity. Shooting and height are the two NBA assets that you don't lose with age.
Well, those are two of Dirk's big strong suits. You know, the knee troubles have cropped up, but if he can stay healthy, he should be able to help this team for several more years, I would think.
Dallenberg, 2 free throws.
You know, the Mavs, like many teams, are always aware of who the free agents are that might help them become better. And prior to last season, they made sure they got their finances in order to make a run at Darren Williams to bring him home to Texas. Didn't work out, but they did the same thing this last offseason.
Ellis dishes to Harris. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Now here's Williams. Horford kicks to Williams. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. There's the feed to Korver. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And for the Mavs, they know that in order for them to remain competitive and not go through a traditional rebuilding phase where they're going to finish at the bottom for a few years, Steve, they're going to have to lure some free agents.
And one way or another, their top brass has always made sure that they would be able to move contracts around and make an offer to whatever big-name player was out there. But think about it, the last 2 years they had unlimited cap room, unable to lure that big free agent fish to Dallas.
And here is Marion after the three-pointer from Jeff Teague. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Earlier, I was able to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. His biggest concern seemed to be how to contain Monte Ellis on the offensive end. He said, quote, no matter where he is on the floor, he is a threat to score because he can get into the lane whenever he wants. We'll just have to try and get the ball out of his hands on the offensive end. We'll see if they can do just that.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Al Horford. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range, excellent D there from Williams.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Back to Horford. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Hawks second, 5th the Mavericks.
Both these clubs so good passing the ball, and you look at the numbers from a year ago. Very unselfish teams.
Korver kicks to Teague. Passes it to Korver. Dishes it to Williams. A baseline J, and that one's good.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
Now, here's Dallenberg. 6 to shoot. Releases. And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Harris. The Hawks trail by 5. And back to Budenholzer, who was with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned from probably the best coach in the NBA during his time in San Antonio.
He passes it to Marion. Nowitzki. Good work defensively by Horford.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. 2nd in free throw percentage, 5th in assists, and they also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
I was just really impressed with the free throw shooting that you mentioned. Top 5 in the league in free throw percentage. Says a lot about their concentration and their focus as a team. And this is a key part of the game for this team. They've got to get to the line and knock them down to have a chance to win.
Teague kicks to Horford. Williams gets a screen from Millsap, attacking. That's good. Millsap's got his first 2 points of the night.
Not a really great start for him as he just isn't shooting the ball that effectively here early on.
Harris kicks to Ellis. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. 8 points for Monte Ellis.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Horford no up. Mavericks leading by 5. He dishes it to Ellis. He kicks it to Nowitzki. With the fadeaway. Again, the Mavericks score. Atlanta's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Teague, the pass to Williams. Tries from 10. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Harris.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
The Hawks trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Kicks it to Korver. Pass to Williams. Here's the 3. Gets it to go. Williams has got 7 points.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Nowitzki with the screen on Teague. And the basket by Harris.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Elton Brand's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Damari Carroll's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Jared Cunningham in for Lou Williams. Here's Schroeder. Back to Brand. Cunningham. Cunningham off the pick from Brand. Picked his pocket. Here's Ellington. And the rejection by Brand. Cunningham dishes it to Carroll. And the shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Back to Marion. The dish to Ellington. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. The Hawks trail by 4. Brand, a screen on Calderon. Here's Schroeder. The Mavericks pull it in. Marion's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You know, well, the days of the Matrix put it right down. Man. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Cunningham off the pick from Brand. Cunningham kicks to Schroeder. Feeds it to Carroll. Pass to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Dallas.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Calderon kicks to Carter. Dallas moving it around. Blair, the pass to Marion. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And as a 78% foul shooter last season, he was pretty steady at the line.
Dallas usually does well against the Eastern Conference, and even in a year when they were struggling, that still was the case. The Mavs posted a 500 or better record against every division in the Eastern Conference.
Cunningham off the pick from Brand. Cunningham. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marion's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ellington dishes to Calderon. Carter outside. He feeds it to Ellington. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Calderon for 3. The Hawks trail by 6. Cunningham kicks to Carroll. And there's the pass to Cunningham. Carter outside. And there's the feed to Calderon. Calderon gets a screen from Blair. He took good advantage of that screen. Calderon's got his first points of the game. Dallas did finish 41 up and 41 down on the year, with 17 of those wins coming, Steve, against the East. Not a bad mark for him.
And you'll remember last season it was in March when the Mavs started gaining a lot of ground and kind of put themselves into playoff contention. And a lot of those wins that month came against Eastern Conference teams.
Passes it to Carter. Out to Marion. It'll count. No good on that last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, up by 8. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's the NBA Thursday.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
Carter, the pass to Ellington. Calderon kicks to Ellington. And the rejection by Brand. It's stolen by Calderon. Into Blair. Dishes to Ellington. He kicks to Calderon. Just 5 on the clock. Carter with it. Now guarded by Cunningham. The shot's good from Carter.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Schroeder passes to Cunningham. From past the arc. And it's good.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Mavericks leading by 7. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brick. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, even though there have been a lot of changes over the past few seasons in Atlanta, the team has rebounded despite the turnover in coaches and players. Al Horford said it came together quickly because of the GM, saying, quote, "We understood he was trying to do some things in a different way." Sounds like they have a good understanding of what they are trying to accomplish here, guys.
A lot of talent, Doris. And they're keeping them all working together. The Hawks trail by 9. Mack dishes to Brand. Screen by Brand. Cunningham kicks to Mack. He passes to Carey. With the lead pass, here's Ion, and he uses the glass on the layup. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pass to Larkin. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Shot's good from Lito.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Brand kicks to Cunningham. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Carter.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
The shot's good from Lito. And now it's an 11-point Maverick lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Cunningham's shot is off.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
And the pass to Lito. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Ion. The Hawks trail by 11. Cunningham off the pick from Brand. Cunningham passes to Carey. No good off the back of the rim.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Passes it to Lito. Back to Carter from outside the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Carter's got 5 points in the quarter.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Mack dishes to Brand. Kicks to Carroll. Feeds to Mack. Pass to Cunningham to stop the run. Count the bucket. Cunningham's got his second basket of the night.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back and forth sequence right there.
Pass to Larkin. Back to Carter. He passes to Larkin. Dallas moving it around. And it's Carter. Oh, look at it.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
The Atlanta making some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Gustavo Ayala. Millsap comes in for Elton Brand. And it's Korver in for Damari Carroll. And so it's Atlanta with it. It's a 13-point game. The turnaround Jay. Count that one.
Now you got to love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
The Mavericks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Larkin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 5 on the clock. Tries to save it. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Monte Ellis is fourth.
He showed such great defensive instincts last year. Just a terrific defensive player.
Here's Nowitzki. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks trail by 11. Korver kicks to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Mack. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
A lot of high hopes for what Lou Williams could do with a new team last year. It really started off quickly with Atlanta. Had some good games, but eventually the season went down the drain with that knee injury in January.
That's good. Ludo's got 9 points.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Williams against Ellis. Good. And it's 9 points for Lou Williams. And for Williams' quickness, a big part of his game. We'll see how the knee affects his game, Clark.
You know, it normally takes a year or so to get back to playing, 2 years to get back to 100%, but he signed to a very cap-friendly contract, so Atlanta may be able to weather his loss until he's back to his old self. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
He dishes it to Ellis. Now the pass to Larkin. Back to Ellis. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Ellis has got 10.
Well, Ellis is just a dynamic scorer, as we all know. A penetrator, a lane runner. He's a guy who can absorb contact in transition and still finish off plays. Just one of the best perimeter players that we have in this league.
He really is. He's always been a great scorer. He's been asked to take a lot of big shots. That's nothing new for him to have the ball in his hands with the game on the line. You never know. We might see another game winner here tonight.
The Hawks trail by 14.
Hawks were pretty solid against the Western Conference, splitting the 30 games they played, 15 and 15. And if you do that against the West, when you're an Eastern Conference team, usually you're going to make the playoffs, and the Hawks did as a 6th seed. Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Lido defended by Korver. Williams with the block. The dish to Mack. Back to Williams. He feeds it to Korver. He kicks it to Williams. Right side, Williams. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Williams has got 4 points this quarter. And for the Hawks against the West, as Clark, you were talking about earlier, 15 and 15. Might sound ho-hum, but Steve was actually the 4th best record against the West of all teams in the East.
Well, look, the West, we know, the more dominant conference. I think 15-15 is a pretty solid record for Atlanta. So they had a good showing last year against the West.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Atlanta making a switch here.
Let's take a little closer look at Jeff Teague, some of his numbers. Last year, getting it done. 8th in free throw shooting. And his passing skills were in full display last season. He was in the top 15 in the league in assists.
You know, that free throw percentage of his, Steve, there were only a handful of players better from the line than he was. I mean, he was repetitive with his stroke and with his routine every time he got to the free throw line. And that, to me, is the mark of a good free throw shooter. You got to do the same thing every time you get to the line. With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
There's Ellis with the 3-ball. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Williams passes to Horford. Outside Teague. Now the feed to Williams. Back to Teague. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Korver, good. Harris with it. 6 points for him. Dallenberg sets a screen for Harris. Dishes it to Ellis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ellis has got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Ellis against Williams. Horford. Banked in off the glass. Horford's got 6. Mavericks leading by 11. Harris with it. Picked up by Teague. Harris outside. No good with the wing jumper.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Back to Williams. There's the lob to the hoop. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Dallas has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Marion defended by Korver. And another basket for Dallas.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Trailing by 13. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
You know, the fans out in Toronto are really hoping for a win for their Raptors. Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
And they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Williams attacking. Cans it from short range. Williams has got 13 points.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
Nowitzki kicks to Ellis. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Pass to Korver. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 4 assists in the game. And so that's the end of the first half. Mavericks lead by 11. And we'll have the start of the second half when we come back after the break. But right now, let's go over to Damon Bruce with the Sprint Halftime Show.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. The NBA season on 2K Sports has begun. Let's take a look back at our first half. Dallas on top against Atlanta. They're looking to pick up some W's in the early going today. Monte Ellis dialed in against the Hawks. He has 17 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. And hanging tough, the Atlanta Hawks. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Lewis Williams bringing his A-game tonight. 13 points and has been grabbing a few rebounds, too. Checking out some of the games still in progress. For the Kings in Sacramento, they've got a tight one going on against Denver. Some good action there in the third, and we still got a close ball game. And another game going on. Brooklyn up on top against the Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. On top by 5 in the third quarter. And here's a look at the other NBA action from around the league. It's a close game for the 76ers going up against Miami. About midway through the third out there. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we take a look at the Central Business District here in Dallas, Texas.
What a game for Ellis. He's got 17 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Mavericks leading by 11. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
No doubt, Kevin, a stressful summer for Monte Ellis. He turned down an extension from the Milwaukee Bucks that would have amounted to $36 million over 3 years. When the offers didn't come fast and furious, he fired his agent. He ended up taking a deal with the Mavs for 3 years, $30 million. 5 of that in incentives. Guys, at least he's close to home. Dallas, a 6-hour drive from his hometown of Jackson, Mississippi.
Good point, Doris. Thanks.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Back to Harris. Clock at 6. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And Dallenberg with the slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Hey, Dallenberg has been what he has been for a long time in the league. A solid defender that can give you a few points and block some shots. But last season in February, he came out of nowhere to drop a career-high 35.
Harris kicks to Ellis. Back to Harris from downtown. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
And going back to Dallenberg last season, you look at his production, some of the best numbers of his career, and yet, Steve, his minutes weren't very consistent. Why do you think that was a problem?
Well, part of it, Kevin, was just the logjam of quality big men in Milwaukee. It's tough to find minutes for everybody, but I think also Dallenberg can sometimes make mistakes that get him into trouble with his coaches. Even when in the big picture he might be playing well.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Double team on Williams. Feeds to T. Kicks to Williams. Shoots the 3. That drops. Williams has got 18 points.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
Harris missing again. The Hawks trail by 13. Horford dishes to Williams. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. It's Marion with the drive. Pass to Harris. He feeds it to Dallenberg. Back to Harris. Pass to Ellis. Dallas moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the Mavericks score. And back to the Mavs. Definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, Steve, with your fan base.
Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp looking duds, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the let's say the more clean looking new uniform suggestions.
Al Horford with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 13. Teague, the pass to Williams. Millsap a screen on Harris. Here's Korver for three. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Korver's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's got such a nice feel from that three-point shot from the corner, Kevin. Big mistake giving him that shot.
Ellis against Williams. And it's Harris off the drive. From deep, Ellis.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just one three-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
Williams, he's guarded by Ellis. Williams kicks to Teague. And stolen by Harris. He passes to Nowitzki. He dishes it to Dallenberg. And stolen by Horford. From down low. Again, the Hawks score.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Ellis dishes to Harris. On the wing, Mary. Ellis outside. 5 to shoot. Trying to get back on track. No good. Nice D from Williams. The Hawks trail by 8. Williams gets a screen from Millsap. Williams passes to Korver. Back to Williams. Outside Teague. The pass to Williams. Tipped away. Marion with the steal. There's the dish to Ellis. Harris outside. Nowitzki sets a screen for Harris. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration. Samuel Dallenberg out of Haiti, guys, 6'11" with long arms. That size makes him a fearsome rebounder and shot blocker, and also a pretty good offensive rebounder as well.
He hits the second from the line. And Dallenberg not just rebound or defender. He can give you some scoring as well. And last season, Steve, perhaps his best offensively.
Well, he's an underrated shooter from mid-range, and I think he came into the league pretty raw, but now that he's in his 30s, he's really improved that shooting stroke, something that most players do over the course of their careers because of all the work they put in.
Calderon kicks to Carter. That ball's nice speed this time from Jose Calderon. And that's 12 points for Vince Carter. Brandon Wright's checked in for Dallenberg. The Hawks trail by 10. Brand a screen on Calderon. Puts it up from 12. The shot no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Ellington gets a screen from Blair. He got right to the cup using that screen.
So the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Williams kicks to Brand. That's good. Here is Ellington. Carter with a screen on Williams. Three-pointer Ellington. Another three for Dallas.
Carter with a thing of beauty on that pick.
The Hawks trail by 13. Outside Williams. Stolen. He kicks it to Calderon. Calderon gets a screen from Blair. Tries again. Calderon, that's good. Calderon's got his second basket of the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
Carter kicks to Calderon. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Blair can't hit.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Korver dishes to Williams. The feed to Scott. Passes to Korver. From the arc. There's the bucket. Good. Korver's got 8 here in the quarter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Calderon passes to Ellington. Takes the lead pass. Blair. No luck. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Schroeder off a pick from Brand. Schroeder kicks to Scott. Pass to Schroeder. Dishes to Brand. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. Second, the Mavericks.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
Feeds it to Calderon. Carter outside for the 3. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 10.
The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
Just 5 on the clock. Williams can't get it to go. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Calderon gets a screen from Ellington. Calderon dishes to Ellington. Kicks it to right. Baseline J on the way. And that one off the back of the rim and in. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA. But overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score, and there are going to be some nights where everything just misses. And I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Williams. Schroeder kicks to Williams. Atlanta again missing. Dallas leading by 15. Here's Ellington. That ball's nice speed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 3 assists tonight. Korver kicks to Williams. Misses there. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Mavericks ahead, leading by 17. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks take on Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls. Live this Thursday night.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. Here's Schroeder. Tries it from 19. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hawks.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Screen by Dallenberg. Larkin, the timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Williams kicks to Schroeder. Back to Williams. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Schroeder kicks to Williams. The pass to Schroeder. He feeds it to Horford. Shot clock at 6. And it's sent back from Dallenberg.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point. Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Here's Schroeder on the wing. Williams. Another miss by Williams.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Nowitzki with the screen on Horford. Larkin kicks to Carter. He passes to Larkin. Second chance shot. Now Horford. Pass to Williams. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Left side, Williams to end the run. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Calderon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Vince Carter with the slam.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here is Korver, defended by Carter. Horford the pass to Schroeder. He dishes it to Korver. Lets it go from deep. Good! Korver's got 21 in the game.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Nowitzki with the screen on Williams. The dish to Dallenberg. Passes it to Larkin. He kicks to Calderon. Nowitzki sets a screen for Calderon. Gets it to go.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Williams kicks to Schroeder. Williams buries the long-range jumper. 23 points in the game.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
Pass to Larkin. Back to Calderon. Calderon gets a screen from Nowitzki. Larkin, the pass to Calderon. Fires the 3. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist by Calderon. And that's now 17 points for Vince Carter. Calderon against Williams. Schroeder kicks to Brand. Dallenberg's there. Schroeder passes to Brand. Here's Schroeder, defended by Larkin. No good from Schroeder.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Larkin kicks to Carter. Unloads from 9, and he hits the jump shot. Carter's got 19 points.
And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-6 run. Leads them in there. Dallenberg. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Now taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Horford, defended by Nowitzki. Good. That's now 8 points for Al Horford.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Nowitzki a screen. Shoots off the screen. And the shot is long for Atlanta. They've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Williams. A beautiful reverse layup. Williams has got 12 points in just the second half.
The D was all over it. They just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Vince Carter on the wing. There's the pass to Larkin. The feed to Calderon. It's Vince Carter on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. From deep, Williams. Williams missing again.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Carter with the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Carter's got 22 points.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the three-point shot. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
It's Williams with the drive. Fades and shoots. And that one's good. Williams has got 9 points in the quarter. Dallas calls timeout.
Certainly was not the year the Mavs expected or had in mind last season. After retooling and expecting a playoff appearance, they ended up out of the playoffs and looking for answers.
Atlanta making a switch here. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And back to the Mavs, 24-17 at home, which is a solid record, but you have to be better than solid, I think, Steve, to get into the playoffs in the Western Conference.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kevin. And you think about the Mavs' shortcomings last year. I mean, Dirk being hurt early, so they didn't mesh well. And then when he did come back, there probably was too much ground to make up. So hopefully Dallas can have a full season of health for Dirk and the rest of the roster.
Ellis kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Ellis. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. It's Ellis on the wing. Rejected by Grant. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The open shot, Harris, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Paul Millsap's checked in for Elton Brand. Atlanta's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. The 3 from Korver, and the rebound goes to Dallenberg. Dallenberg's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Ellis goes in, the second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Ellis has got 23 points.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
To the inside, and stolen by Harris. And here we go, the Mavericks on a fast break. And Sean Marion with the slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Teague's got his 7th assist in the game.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Ellis draws the double. Harris. Left side, Harris. Shot clock at 5. And that one's good.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Millsap a screen on Ellis. Throws it up high, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
Shots good by Ellis. Ellis has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Another shot. Nice shot by Dallenberg.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Feeds it to Korver. Kicks it to Horford. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Marion dishes to Nowitzki. Knocked loose. Millsap with the steal. 3-on-3. Williams with the ball. Sean Marion covering. Korver passes to Teague. Outside Williams. They grab their own miss, and that one's good.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
They are enjoying, Steve, a commanding lead.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest, which is so critical during this grueling NBA season.
Here's Ellis, and the layup is good.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
Williams attacking. Lays it up and banks it in.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
Harris outside. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. So for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Thanks for joining us. Now it's time for the Jordan Player of the Game, Monte Ellis.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Wednesday night in the NBA. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the San Antonio Spurs. And now let's toss it over to Kevin Harlan with the rest of the 2K crew. I'll catch you at the break.
And the players get themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Man, can you feel the excitement in the air? Opening night and time to check out the starting lineups to the tip-off of the new season. First for the Grizzlies, Conley and Allen are the guard set. And at the center position, an impressive combination of size and skill. The 7'1" Spaniard, Marc Gasol. Then there's Tayshaun Prince, and it's Randolph in at the 4 spot. Then for the San Antonio Spurs, in the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008, the 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4 slot.
Well, in many ways, the Grizzlies aren't like most teams out west. They don't try to overpower you with offense, and they don't have a superstar to lean on for big baskets at the end, but they still know how to get wins in the tough Western Conference.
And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. Allen, a screen on Parker. Conley, the pass to Randall. Shot's good. And when they did last year, Memphis would go 56 and 26 overall. And Steve, with 34 of those wins courtesy of other teams in the Western Conference.
Well, they didn't seem to play like a lot of the other teams in the West, but it didn't matter. I mean, defense, toughness, rebounding, they were who they were. They established their identity, and that's one of the reasons they became such a tough team in that conference. Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
You know, I couldn't quite figure this one out, guys, that, you know, Zach Randolph's name being thrown around at times last season in trade talk. I mean, he's such an essential part of what the Grizzlies have been able to accomplish recently and what they're capable of doing going forward. Man, it was just kind of baffling to me that his name would show up in trade rumors.
Conley, he kicks to Randolph. That is good. Randolph's got 6 points. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Parker kicks to Leonard. Back to Parker. Lays it up and banks it in. Parker's got his second bucket tonight. Back to Randolph. Clark, you mentioned the trade rumors. Pretty surprising, but his scoring has been down the last couple seasons, Steve, with that knee injury.
Yeah, still one of the top big men around. I mean, the Memphis front office has been probably more salary conscious since the new ownership took over. And he is making big money the next 2 seasons.
Now here's Parker. The dish now to Leonard. Back to Parker. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Pass to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
Parker dishes to Splitter. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. All sorts of time. And the shot is good. Ginobili's got his first points of the game.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Conley, the pass to Prince. Back to Conley. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And he lays it straight in.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Allen outside. Dishes it to Randolph. Clock at 6. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Randolph's got 8 points.
He has not missed yet. 4 for 4 in this first quarter.
Setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Duncan kicks to Splitter. The pass to Ginobili. Spurs working the ball around now. The drive by Duncan. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here matched up against San Antonio is how they'll tip off the new season.
Remember, they lost to these guys in the conference finals last season. That was a tough one for them to swallow. So there's going to be some bitterness here tonight.
Now here is Conley. Looking for his first basket still in this one. The baseline J. Randolph's shot is good.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
And Clark, how tough is it to come up against the team that sent you packing in the playoffs a season ago?
You know what, Kevin? It's been a long time. I doubt anybody's still too demoralized at this point. I'm sure they want this one quite badly, though.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Parker against Conley. He dishes it to Randolph. Back to Conley. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Here's Gasol. Some solid defense from Thiago Splitter. The Spurs have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Leonard kicks to Splitter. Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. Back to Parker. Ginobili outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Ginobili's got 5 points so far.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. In the third spot, the Spurs.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Prince, and he uses the glass on the layup. Prince has got his first 2 points of the night. San Antonio with the ball. Parker kicks to Leonard. Leonard off the pick from Splitter. Ginobili outside. The feed to Parker. Back to Ginobili. Passes to Parker. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
And now look at Tony Parker, some of the numbers on him. Terrific year last season for him. 6th in assists. And he was also a top 20 shooter from the field. So really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
Steve, you think about all of the assists he racked up to get into that top 10. You know, he's a guy who always played with his head up, and he was a willing passer who was looking to make the pass at all times. That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Allen dishes to Conley. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, we've seen a lot of change in terms of what Mike Conley can do each year on the floor. He started out, didn't really have much of a jump shot, really improved in that area. Now he's playing with so much confidence that no matter what the circumstance during the game, he believes he can get the job done.
And one of the biggest ways he's made contributions to his team is by taking the ball away from the opponents. I mean, he's excellent with anticipation and quickness and tenacity, particularly at the point of attack.
And Conley drops them both.
The Spurs last year were as tough as always in San Antonio. Hard not to beat when you win 50 games every season. Ended up with a 35-6 record at home, which was good for the 3rd best in the league.
Now here's Green. Goes up the baseline. And Pendergraft gets it to go. Pendergraft's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Conley into the lane. And Parker with the block.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Feeds to Green. Back to Parker. A step-back shot here. Another one falls for San Antonio. And with the Spurs, they are just so consistent every time they take the court. You always do expect them to get a win when they play in this building.
And the two teams with better home records in the NBA were the Nuggets and the Heat, both of whom had huge win streaks. But as you said, it's the Spurs' consistency every time out that lets them pile up these home wins without anyone really thinking much about it.
Here's Conley following the score by Tony Parker. He feeds it to Allen. He passes to Davis. The finger roll finish at the bucket. San Antonio leading.
And you look at Ed Davis out of North Carolina. We know he can be a factor with his defense and his rebounding. I think the question with Davis is, can he be good enough offensively? Will he be able to provide scoring inside?
Some changes for Memphis. Mike Miller's checked in for Prince. And it's Tony Roten in for Tony Allen. Grizzlies shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. But going back to Ed Davis, he just started playing consistent minutes, Clark, with the Raptors when the trade occurred, moving him to Memphis.
Yeah, well, you talk about his offensive development, Kevin, playing alongside, other skilled front court players that they've got there. I think he can get better and improve, and really it's a nice fit. Their bulk and skill and his length and shot blocking, that could be a nice combo.
Mills can't hit.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Bayless the pass to Koufos. Roten. Here's Bayless. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. The dish to Mills. 6 to shoot. Looking to end the run. The shot will not go. Good D by Miller.
Coach Popovich was fined last season for sitting out his top players in a nationally televised matchup against the Heat. I certainly understand the league's posture there, and it was a lot said about it. Yet, for a veteran team like the Spurs with championship aspirations, I understand resting key players during the course of the regular season.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Roten. Bellinelli is covering. And Bayless kicks to Roten. Pass to Bayless. From outside the arc. Memphis the rebound. Out to Miller. Dishes to Roten. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Davis. Rebounded by Pendergraft. Pendergraft's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Mills. Now the pass to Bellinelli. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. That's his first foul. Mills, that's a 2-point. What a play! He simply dreams it in at the buzzer.
Big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Spurs lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's the NBA Thursday.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Spurs.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jumper so far.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
He kicks it to Splitter. And the Spurs scoring again. Now Bayless. Kicks it to Roten. He dishes it to Bayless. Pass to Roten. There's the feed to Bayless. Just 5 to shoot. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Bayless has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, guys. Well, Grizzlies head coach Dave Yeager is all in on advanced stats, and that was a big reason that he became their head coach, fitting in with a new initiative from ownership in the front office. He knows his marching orders. A team that is among the lowest in three-point field goals will, in his words, look to open the floor, to spread the floor, and give their bigs more room to work inside. He said, quote, other teams aren't going to have 9 dudes in the paint when Zach's trying to back down. But guys, they're still going to play inside out. He said, quote, I like three-pointers, but I love layups and free throws.
Well, Doris, it makes sense. They're tough to handle down there, and it opens up things for everyone else. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. San Antonio again missing. Memphis leading. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Detroit game plays out for sure.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And DeColo kicks to Splitter. Passes it to DeColo. Feeds it to Joseph. Shot clock at 6. The dish to DeColo. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. In the 3rd spot, Tim Duncan.
I think he cares more about shot blocking than any other element of his game, guys. Takes so much pride in it. That's why he was where he was on that list.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance. I like what we're seeing.
Here's Gasol. A second chance effort. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Can you hear the crowd kind of murmuring? I don't think they agreed with the officials on that one.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. It's Ginobili with the drive. Gets it to go. Ginobili's got 7 points.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Pass to Franklin. A key. He feeds it to Gasol. There's the bucket. Good. Gasol's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
The Spurs would end up as the 2nd seed in the West, and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season. But one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
It's Miller on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. Spurs trail by 5. Joseph with the ball. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Dishes it to Joseph. There's the pass to Splitter. 7-foot shot. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top.
Pass to Franklin. He passes it to O'Connor. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Grizzlies lead by 6. The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter.
Jamal Franklin out of San Diego State, the only Division I player last season to lead his team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. High motor is a guy who can do a lot of things out on the floor. Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Sweet little floater. Franklin's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
And Franklin, one of the all-time great rebounding guards at the college level.
Yeah, an outstanding glass eater for his position. 6'5", almost 10 rebounds a game is what he averaged as a junior. And his athleticism a big part of that. The story there, he lost one of his front teeth on the rim going up for an alley-oop. Now that's bounce and putting your teeth into the rim.
Miller, no up.
I'm not sure about that shot, guys. The defense really all over him.
DeColo dishes to Joseph. He kicks it to Splitter. And there's the feed to DeColo. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Ginobili. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Spurs trail by 8. Kicks to DeColo. He dishes it to Duncan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Duncan's got 6.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Spurs have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Joseph, the pass to Ginobili. Feeds it to Joseph. Five to shoot. Duncan. Oh, trying for it. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Well, we've got a moment to look back to last year's Spurs right now. First in assists, second in field goal percentage. And they were ranked number 3 in free throw shooting. A number of outstanding free throw shooters on this team.
And Clark, what you talked about that really resonates with me is the assists, because they were the best in the league. Clearly a result of wonderful offensive execution and, of course, unselfishness. It didn't seem to matter who was taking the shot. That team always tried to find the open man.
Gets the bucket.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer. Size and strength inside, playmakers on the perimeter, and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling?
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Prince comes in for Mike Miller. And Tony Allen subbed in for Franklin. Gasol goes in. Back to Prince. Pass to Conley. There's the dish to Gasol. Rejected by Splitter. Parker against Conley. And that one's good. Parker. And now it's just a 4-point Memphis lead. The Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have an omega star that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. Steve, you know, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
Leonard kicks to Ginobili. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Ginobili's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Conley into the lane. Back to Gasol. Prince dishes to Conley. There's the triple. San Antonio with the rebound.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. And the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
Yeah, some good games going on today, and especially the one involving the Lakers. That's a great matchup.
I That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Prince. Lock at 6. Back to Conley. Pulls up. High post. Gets it to go. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Parker with it. Conley picks him up. Pass to Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gasol against Duncan. He feeds it to Ginobili. Ginobili right side. Another one falls for San Antonio.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Conley the pass to Randolph. Conley sets a screen for Randolph. Kicks it out to Allen. Prince outside. Takes a shot at the elbow. That one off the back iron and out.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Ginobili against Allen. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. And so it's San Antonio with it. Trailing by 2. Here's the 3. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Leonard's got 5. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
And the first half ends in a close one. It's the Spurs leading by just 1. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's opening day in the NBA, and all is right in the 2K sports world. Hello, I'm Damon Bruce. A closely contested game for the Spurs at AT&T Center going against Memphis. They'd like to live up to their big expectations this year with a win here. Manu Ginobili's been on a roll here in the first half. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And for Memphis, they're looking good in their own right. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. A productive first half for Zach Randolph. He's got 10 points, and his field goal percentage has been great. A lot of high-quality looks. A few tight games around the NBA. Let's check them out. For the Kings, a closely contested game against Denver. Things are pretty close out there in the third quarter of action. And another game going on. For the Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena, we find them trailing to Brooklyn, about midway through the third out there. And a look here at the other NBA action. Out in the city of brotherly love, the 76ers with the lead against the Heat. 2 points up, they're in third. And we'll see you next time. Second half about to get underway in San Antonio. So long, basketball fans.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. It's been one outstanding game from Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, Kawhi Leonard, the Spurs' highest draft pick since Tim Duncan, and he has been a starter from his first game in the NBA. Coach Popovich says he's really a special player at both ends of the court. And what makes me so confident about him is that he wants it so badly. He comes early, he stays late, and he's coachable. I think he's going to be a star and the face of the Spurs. Big praise from a coach not known for hyperbole, guys.
Well, Doris, it's hard to put a ceiling on him. He does have star potential. Puts up a 3, and it's good. Ginobili's got the first basket of the second half here for the Spurs.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
You know, the more you watch Kawhi Leonard play, the more you realize that he is the perfect fit for the Spurs. I mean, he just looks like a Spur, and he's only been in the league a couple of years. Plays great defense, shoots from deep at a high rate, and really knows, accepts, and embraces his role on the team.
Conley kicks to Prince. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And back to Kawhi Leonard. Coach Popovich sees him as their defensive stopper on the wing. But not just that. He thinks he's going to be a star in so many ways.
Well, he could become the face of the franchise, Kevin, if you think about it, once Tim Duncan and Parker and Ginobili move on. But you know, Popovich, not one prone to hyperbole, but he absolutely loves this kid.
Duncan kicks to Ginobili. Dishes to Leonard. Back to Ginobili. That's good. Ginobili's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've been good on all three of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Outside Conley. The pass to Prince. Parker with the steal. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. Gets it to go. Parker's got 16 points.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Conley gets the bucket.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it. The Grizzlies focused on trying to get more bang for their buck in terms of what they were paying guys, and the first shoe to drop was the trade of Rudy Gay. Just didn't want to commit to that big contract. Thought they could do a better job spreading that kind of money out over more players.
The finger roll finish at the bucket. Now it's just a 3-point Spurs lead.
Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And for small market teams like the Grizzlies, that is something they have definitely always got to be considering. Are we using our cap space, Steve, to the best of our ability?
I think for the most part they were, but they just didn't feel that Rudy Gay was the long-term solution. So when the trade opportunity came about, they decided to free themselves up of the long-term financial commitment and give themselves more options in terms of personnel moving forward.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Leonard dishes to Ginobili. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That's his first foul. Duncan kicks to Parker. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Big time is right, Parker. A lot of momentum here offensively.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Prince kicks to Gasol. He's against Splitter. Clock at 4. Second shot opportunity, and it's Gasol getting it to go. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. Fires at the elbow. Connects. The jumper drops. Ginobili's got 22 points. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Outside Conley. It's Allen on the wing. Back to Conley. Five on the clock. That's good. Conley's got 6 here in this quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Ginobili against Allen. Parker passes to Duncan. This game is going to take a big swing. Clark, if the Duke continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over.
Well, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Ed Davis is checked in for Zach Randolph. And so here's Memphis. And here is Conley. 12 points for him. Allen kicks to Gasol. And he banks in the layup. Gasol's got 8 points. Spurs have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Backing him down is Duncan. Another one falls for San Antonio.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Conley kicks to Prince. Davis with a screen on Leonard. Here's Prince. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Parker off the pick from Splitter. Parker with it. Picked up by Davis. Rejected by Prince. Passes it to Davis. For the lead, he takes it up and lays it in. Davis has got 6.
And they're making a statement here, guys, going inside for 8 of their last 10 points.
Time to man up on D and stop these free runs to the rim.
Green dishes to Parker. Terrific design on the pick look, and he lays it in. Parker's got 6 here in this quarter. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These 2 teams, guys, look so evenly matched to me. I think this could go right down to the wire. Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
He kicks it to Leonard. Back to Parker. And it's blocked by Conley, and we're able to recover. Here's Duncan, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Duncan's got 12 in the game. Memphis trailing here. Outside Conley. It's Allen on the wing. It's stolen by Green. Outside Leonard. And Gasol comes to help. Out to Parker. He passes to Splitter. 6 to shoot. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound.
It's been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Into Marc Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Every time it seems like one team makes a run, there's a response.
Yeah, this has been teeter-tottering back and forth like a seesaw.
Parker passes to Duncan. Ring shot on the way. Gets it to go. Duncan's got 14 points for the game.
They've worked the ball around very well. I'll tell you what, they continue to find good looks from mid-range.
Well, they're just taking what the defense is giving them because the defenders are backing off and daring them to shoot.
Here's Gasol. A rebound by the Spurs. Splitter's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
The feed to Splitter. Kicks it to Duncan. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Duncan's got 10 points in the quarter. Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career. Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Splitter kicks to Green. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Spurs lead by 3.
And that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over.
Well, you know, he almost seems to enjoy those mismatches, Steve. It gives him a chance to show what a strong finisher he is.
Prince dishes to Conley. It's blocked. Parker against the Salt. Parker passes to Green. Back to Parker. Parker off the pick from Splitter. And Parker, here we go. Count the bucket. And now a 5-point Spurs lead.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Prince kicks to Conley. He dishes it to Gasol. Here's Davis. And that's good off the glass that time. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Green dishes to Parker. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Feeds it to Leonard. Rejected by Prince. 3/4 of point.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks go on the road to battle the Chicago Bulls. More NBA this Thursday night.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
And their mid-range shooting continues to be accurate.
They worked hard to get the ball into the low post tonight as well, and it's paid off.
The shot's good from Bayless.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
There's the dish to Kufis. Pass to Bayless. He feeds it to Prince. On the pass to Bayless. Back to Prince. Releases. Offensive rebound. Kufis. The short one's on the money.
Kufis is an interesting player. Pretty good motor, pretty good skill for a big man. And so what he does is he'll step outside and make a shot. He can score on the inside by fighting for position. Nice young player.
Part of that is his quick hands. He just knows when to jump up and reach in with his hands to catch a defensive rebounder off guard and tip the ball back towards the rim. Allen with it. Leonard picks him up. Conley the pass to Kufis to take the lead. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
Here's Bayless. Off the left rim and out.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
And blocked. Conley with it, now defended by Pendergraft. Conley kicks to Bayless. Bayless off a pick from Kufis. Back to Conley. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Here's Mills. Pass to Duncan. Dishes it to Mills. Shoots from the high post. It's rebounded by Memphis. Allen's got his third rebound tonight. Prince with a screen on Leonard. Passes it to Prince. He kicks to Bates. It's stolen by Duncan. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
His shooting has been good, but overall, I think his output has been somewhat limited. The defense really keeping him from getting the number of shots he'd like.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Guys, Coach Koufis, a dual citizen of the U.S. and Greece, played collegiately at the Ohio State University. He's really opened some eyes the last couple of years. High percentage finisher inside and really a deceptively good rebounder, too.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. The message, stick with it. He said the game is right there, fellas, right there for the taking. But we've got to play with purpose and precision. Kevin, can they get it done?
Here's Gasol. That one a little long. And going back to Koufis, Steve, he's also a good defender.
Yeah, good mobility, can get out on the perimeter and guard screen and roll. He may struggle a little bit against the really big centers, but there's not a whole lot of those guys around anyway.
Mills can't hit.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Gasol dishes to Prince. For three. Good on the shot. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Leonard, the pass to Splitter. Back to Leonard. Now the feed to Bellinelli. Lets the three fly, and it's slammed in by Splitter.
Rudely thrown down after the offensive rebound. He is ramped up now.
He is, you're right, and you figure this game might come down to a few of those effort plays.
Always does, Kevin.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Seems like that kind of a contest tonight.
Conley kicks to Prince. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Kicks it to Duncan. He dishes it to Mills. Spurs passing it around. Back to Leonard for the three. Mike Conley with the rebound. Conley's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rejected by Leonard. Now Bellinelli. Mills with it. Conley picks him up. Mills dishes to Leonard. Feeds to Mills. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Left side, Randolph. Gets it to go.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Spurs trail by 5. And Mills kicks to Duncan. He passes to Splitter. The dish to Bellinelli. He feeds it to Duncan. Takes the lead pass. Splitter, that's good. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Now here's Conley. Allen, right side. Back to Conley. Prince outside. Pass to Gasol. Splitter's there. Reverses. Gasol, no good. Here's Randolph. Makes it off the glass.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Leonard kicks to Bellinelli. And there's the pass to Mills. And the three ball is good.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Bellinelli. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patrick Mills. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Marc Gasol. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, we had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Well, I think this is one of the more amazing stats in sports when you think about it. No matter the season or the roster, the Spurs just seem to find ways to win 50 games. They've done it 14 straight seasons now, which is off the charts.
Parker passes to Ginobili. Goes
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
I remember Tracy McGrady doing that. First guy I ever saw pull that off.
Allen kicks to Conley. Launches it. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And that is clutch shooting, making the most of his opportunities here in the fourth.
Ginobili against Allen. Ginobili outside. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on the possession.
Parker with it. Conley picks him up. And that one's good. Parker.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Conley dishes to Allen. Pass to Gasol. Gets the bucket. Gasol's got 20.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. That's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Back to Parker. Dishes to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Shot is blocked. Here's Prince. Goes back up. And Conley puts it in. And now a 5-point Grizzly lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Memphis.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, and sending shots back.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points. You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They lead by 3. 1:12 left in the fourth. .12 left in the game. Allen passes to Randall. Allen kicks to Conley. Oh, draws the hard foul, and he'll head to the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
The Spurs are having a lot of trouble defending against Conley.
He's got 19 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. Shot on the wing. No good. And Memphis the other way now. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Memphis has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And Parker comes with the help. Prince with it. Leonard picks him up. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Allen. And the Grizzlies lead by 7. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. It's Ginobili outside. Again, the miss by Ginobili. Memphis has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Outside Conley. So it's Memphis picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. So for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Thanks for joining us. Now it's time for the Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Glad to have you with us. It's Wednesday night basketball. It's the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Golden State Warriors. And now let's toss it over to Kevin Harlan with the rest of the 2K crew. I'll catch you at the break.
And a look at the dazzling arches of the Bay Bridge and beyond it, San Francisco. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. Our starting lineups, a look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting 5 for both teams. And, guys, taking a look at Klay Thompson, what will we see from him, do you think, today?
Well, sometimes, guys, you can forget he's out there, and all of a sudden, bang, he'll string together 3 or 4 shots in a row and just take over the game.
And another skill that sets him apart, his success rate on catch-and-shoot jumpers. It's not every player that has such a great feel for that particular shot.
And a one-game homestand for the Warriors, as Golden State will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Well, last year's season series between them was a battle of 2 of the NBA's mid-level teams, and They didn't get the better of it.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Now here's Kobe. Young outside. Gasol is screening Iguodala. Young's shot is off. These guys were a tough opponent for them last year, Clark, like Steve was just saying.
Yeah, when you're so evenly matched with the team, Kevin, it doesn't make you feel that good to drop most of your games against them because you feel like you should at least win some of the games you play against this team.
Now Nash, after the missed three from Iguodala, kicks to Young. And there's the pass to Kobe. 6 on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Clippers.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart at the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right. There was no energy, no assertiveness, no aggressiveness. The defense was just lifeless. It's not a night that they're going to look back on fondly.
Now, sometimes when you're at a height disadvantage, that's the way to attack. Go right at your defender. Lakers still pursuing another title, but it would be a real shock if that were to come this year. A lot of age and injury on this team. They lose Dwight Howard. This is a club that just doesn't have enough athleticism and speed to contend for a title.
Now Curry. After the missed three from Young. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Iguodala's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Now back to the Lakers. Clark, you think they're too old? Is this a team that needs to rebuild?
Not yet, Kevin. The saying is young doesn't win in the NBA. I think for them, health and chemistry are the most important factors. Also, I think this is a franchise that has shown it can make a home run deal like acquiring Pau Gasol in 2007. Got 2 titles out of that move. I think they'll look to add some youth through their bench and restructure the personnel a bit, and they'll position themselves for another run, perhaps. Well, Stephen Curry, really the engine that drives the Warriors offensively, and I don't know if there's a more entertaining player in the whole league than Steph Curry. I mean, he's one of the elite shooters already early in his career in league history. And he's a leader for this team off and on the court. Just very, very impressive.
And Curry last season logging heavy minutes, a good sign that he was able to hold up physically.
Yeah, and despite those concerns over that right ankle, he really had a tremendous season. I thought competed better defensively. Not the most athletic guy, but possibly the most skilled player in the league when you look at his ability to handle the ball, shoot with range, and pass.
It was great to see him get on a big playoff stage and show the rest of the country just what they've got to look forward to. He kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Bogut. And again, it's the Warriors missing. It's Nash with the drive. And Young kicks to Nash. And there's the feed to Kobe. Clock at 6. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
It's tipped. Gasol with the steal. Young passes to Kobe. Lee with the block. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Bogut dishes to Thompson. Good. Thompson's got his first points of the night.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Now, here's Nash. Last game he had 10 points. Back to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. That is good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Nash against Curry. Iguodala outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gets it to go.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Nash kicks to Young. Back to Nash. Pass to Young. Here's Gasol, and Bogut with the block. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Backing down is Bryant. Kobe draws the double. Dishes to Gasol. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Nash hits to Young. He passes to Kobe. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Kobe's got 6.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling, and Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him, and that's most of the battle right there.
Warriors have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. Banked in off the glass.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Lakers have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks again, Doris. Lee, the shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Stephen Curry.
And that's what you like to see from the foul line. Guys that are comfortable, confident, and consistent. Free throws are a big part of the game, and this guy was one of the best in the league.
Now here's Curry. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Kaman. Nash kicks to Kobe. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Feeds it to Nash. Pass to Young. Knocked away. Curry with the steal. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Curry's got 6.
Oh, boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Here's Kaman, and it's sent back by Bogut. And they'll keep possession. The Warriors leading. And here is Curry. He has 6. Bogut the pass to Curry. Releases. And Kobe with the block. 6 on the shot clock. And the Warriors get it back. Curry dishes to Thompson. Kicks it out to Iguodala. He feeds it to Curry. And the pass to Lee. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers on D. trailing by 2. Curry. Nice D from Sacre.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
Now, here's Thompson after the miss from Stephen Curry.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Meeks, good.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you want to get into a three-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, their improved defense and rebounding was a big part of their success as well. I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
There's the dish to Sacre. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Sacre, good.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Golden State's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first.
You know, the hope was that a change of scenery and a chance to run up and down the wings would be just what was needed to get Wesley Johnson going in the NBA, but it just didn't happen for him last season.
Here's Meeks following the basket by Stephen Curry. And Meeks kicks to Sacre. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Backing down his lead. Out to Thompson. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Launches it. Good on the shot. And now a 5-point Warrior lead.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Sacre guarded by O'Neal. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Curry is inside. Johnson on him. Thompson with the bucket.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by 7. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers this Thursday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. David Lee is out there with Jermaine O'Neal, and it's Curry in at the 1. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Thompson misses. Lakers trail by 7. Here's Meeks. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Three-pointer gets it to go. Meeks got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Lakers. Here comes Steph Curry. And we played through the first minute here in the second. He dishes it to Thompson. Clock at 6. Lee. He's against Hill. Fires from the wing. Curry can't get it to go. Lakers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Johnson, the pass to Sacre, and he throws it down hard with one hand. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Screen by O'Neal. Now Curry. He's got 10. Into O'Neal. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Hill kicks to Farmer. And that one's on target from the wing. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Azili. Kicks to Bazemore. And another basket for Golden State. Lakers trail by 4. Blake with it. Now defended by Douglas. Leaps for it. Douglas with the steal. Here's Bazemore. Douglas dishes to Bazemore. He kicks it to Barnes. The feed to Bazemore. Shot clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 4th in rebounding, 6th in scoring. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Not bad for a team that's got an awful lot of young, talented players.
And this is a team that really relied most heavily on the rebounding numbers that you talked about. I mean, the top 5, they're a team that likes to attack the lane at both ends of the floor, really control the glass on defense and try to pound you inside with the offensive boards. Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steadying presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought a toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Robert Sacre. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, you know, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Spates kicks to Barnes. Pass to Bazemore. Drills the three-pointer. Bazemore's got 5 points in the quarter. Lakers trail by 4. Blake with it. Farmar passes to Gasol. Farmar. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Guys, the Warriors aggressively pursuing top talent this summer. They surprised many as strong contenders for Dwight Howard and did end up with an all-star acquisition in Andre Iguodala. He gives them an elite perimeter defender who can also create offense for them in a point-forward role. And with their shooters, a great fit for his talents. This is a team not content to rest on its laurels, but constantly in hot pursuit of the best players in the game.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. 6 on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. The Warriors, number 1.
You know, Kevin, they were absolutely fantastic last year. I mean, they demanded respect from behind the arc all year long. Very consistent and very disciplined in their shot selection. They knew exactly how to move the defense and move themselves to get quality looks from behind the three-point line.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, I do too, and I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
Here's Bazemore. Azili gets the bucket. Azili's got his first 2 points.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And at this part of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all three of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question.
right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
You know, last season, a lot of folks had the Lakers picked as the super team in the West, the team that would maybe challenge Miami and LeBron, but from the start, it just never was a cohesive group and really had one of the most disappointing seasons in the Lakers' history.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. Poked away. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Blake kicks to Young. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Young's got his second bucket of the night. Clark, as you said, the Lakers had a lot of lofty expectations put on them, but you never know what's going to happen when a team is put together. And Steve, they just couldn't reach that bar that was set so high for them.
Yeah, the expectations were so high, Kevin, but injury issues cost them all season long. Nash, Howard, Powell, and of course Kobe with the Achilles at the end of the year. And that unit only started 7 games all season together, so they never really were able to develop any chemistry.
Warriors leading by 8. This is the Barnes. Now Farmar. He's got 5. Blake defended by Douglas. Blake kicks to Young. Passes it to Hill. Here's Bazemore. He's got 10. Three-pointer. Gets it to go. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
They're hovering around 50% of the game at three-pointer. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Now Farmar. Nick Young on the wing. Fires it up. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Maurice Spates swapped teams once again last year. This time joining Cleveland. Now he finds his way to Golden State. Spates very talented, but you wonder if he's ever really going to find his niche with one team for more than a year or two.
Blake dishes to Young. Feeds to Farmar. Right through the D for the layup. Farmar's got 7 points for the quarter.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
And Spates, primarily, Clark, a pick-and-pop big man.
Yeah, I like his nice soft touch, Kevin. It's really solid in the mid-range area. He's a pretty decent rebounder as well. I think he's a very productive backup and young enough to where he's still got some room to grow.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have. Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
And the Lakers call time here.
And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. You think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And the front office felt the Princeton offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
Chris Kaman has checked in for the Lakers. And Nash, here we go. And it's Kaman missing.
Well, he was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense and why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. I mean, Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired, and that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So, I mean, I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
And Kobe, here we go. Young outside. He passes to Nash. Clock at 6. Gets it to go. Nash has got his first basket of the night.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And Nedovic kicks to Douglas. He feeds it to Bogut from 10 feet out. And it's Golden State with another.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Lakers trail by 14. Kobe passes to Gasol. Left block shot on the way. And another basket for the Lakers. Golden State's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Here's Nedovic. That's good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Outside, Kobe. The pass to Gasol. Spates there. Baseline try. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 10 points.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Spates. The shot is off. Lakers trail by 12. Nash with it. Now guarded by Nedovic. Kaman kicks to Young. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Count that one. That's now 8 points for Kobe Bryant.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Douglas off the pitch from Bogut. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. The Warriors making a switch here. Both free throws good from Douglas.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Kobe Bryant again. Kobe's got 10. And that does it for the first half of play. Warriors lead by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Thanks, everyone, for being with us for the midweek edition of the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Out in Oakland, the Warriors are ahead against Los Angeles. They'd like to live up to their big expectations this year with a win here. Tony Douglas getting it done through 2 quarters. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket by him. And on the other hand, the Lakers are still alive. Second chance buckets certainly adding up in this one. They pounded the offensive glass. Some textbook basketball from Pau Gasol. After 2, he's got 10 points. And look at the work he's been putting on the floor in terms of field goal percentage. He is taking quality shot after quality shot. Now let's check out the other games still in progress. For the Kings, a closely contested game against Denver. Some good action there in the third, and we still got a close ball game. And another one also in progress. Brooklyn up on top against the Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. On top by 5 in the third quarter. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. For the 76ers in Philadelphia, they got a tight one going on against Miami. About midway through the third out there. That'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
What a stellar outing in this one for Douglas. 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Inside the 7-footers, Gasol and Kaman. Nash and Bryant in the backcourt, and it's Young in at the small forward position. Now, here's Thompson. Iguodala outside. Kaman with the block. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Last year's Warriors and where they ranked in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. First in three-point field goal percentage. Third in rebounding. And they showed up in the top 5 in free-throw shooting. This is a team that took advantage of getting to the line.
And I think what really stands out is the spacing offensively. Clark, you talked about the three-point percentage, #1 in the league. That doesn't happen unless you have good flow and good spacing offensively. This team really spread the defense out on a nightly basis, and as a result, they were a nightmare to guard.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Yes, guys, for Steve Nash last season, he became just the 5th player in league history to crack 10,000 assists, joining John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Mark Jackson, and Magic Johnson. Nash said, to have just one scholarship offer and to play in the NBA as long as I have and to be on a list with people like Magic is beyond my wildest dreams. Adding, it's incredibly special, humbling, and a tribute to playing with a lot of great players over my career. No surprise, fellas, giving credit to his teammates.
Well, you have to like that focus on the team first. Thanks, Doris. Lee sets a screen for Iguodala. Curry dishes to Iguodala. Count the bucket. Iguodala's got 10 points in the game.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And also, Steve, I think he's the definition of a lockdown defender. It doesn't matter what style of player he's up against. He can handle just about anything that's thrown at him. And you know, guys, Nash's workout regimen is the stuff of legends. At his age, he's in as good a condition as most second or third year players in the league. Still highly productive at 39 years old.
Timeout called the Warriors. And going back to Nash in his great condition. You watch it firsthand, Steve, and you have to wonder just how long, even with all those great techniques of getting his body ready to go, how long he's going to be able to play.
Well, last season, remember, he broke the bone in his leg that set him back. In fact, he missed in most games he missed in 14 years. Normally been very durable. So, you know, Father Time, as they say, is undefeated, Kevin, and is catching up with him.
Lee kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 5. Knocks it loose. That drops. Curry's got 12.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Came in a screen on Thompson. Kobe kicks to Young. But they'll get another chance. There's the dish to Nash. Back to Kobe. Gives him the lead pass. Gasol. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Shot is off. Nice D from Nash.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Kobe kicks it over to Nash. Nick Young on the wing. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got 3 assists tonight.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the 3rd best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Kobe against Thompson. Here the step back. No good off the back of the rim.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA.
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Warriors leading by 6. Outside Curry. Iguodala outside. He dishes it to Lee. 5 to shoot. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Lee's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Lakers trail by 8. Outside, Kobe. Young. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Young's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's been a different guy in the second half, guys. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. 5th, David Lee.
You know, he was actually a monster on the glass. We talked about him throughout the season, and though he didn't lead the league, he was a big factor in a number of important games.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for the Warriors. Puts it up off the inbound, and that one goes long. Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 records team against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing them for the last playoff spot. And, you know, Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but, you know, they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in.
Here's Curry. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Curry's got 14.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Kobe, the pass to Keenan. Back to Kobe. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. 12 points for him.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly. And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Nash gets a screen from Keenan. A nice shot by Nash. Nash has got 10.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding it.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Lee defended by Gasol. Shot from 12. And another basket for Golden State.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Curry against Nash. Pass to Young. Back to Nash. 6 to shoot. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Nash has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Outside Curry. Iguodala left side. And it's sent back by Kaman. But they get it back. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Now, defensively, they did a great job of staying tight on him.
Nash right side. Keenan sets a screen for Nash. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Nash has got 14.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
They double-team Curry. Lee kicks to Iguodala. The feed to O'Neal. Back to Iguodala. Fade away. Rebound the Lakers. Timmons got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Nash gets a screen from Kaman. Screen by Young. Nash with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. It's Nash with the drive. Here's Gasol. No good. Good D by Lee. Warriors leading by 4. Kicks it to O'Neal. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Shoots. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Iguodala's got 4 points in the quarter. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
Well, what you love about David Lee is he's a guy with a great combination of skill and effort. Double-double guy almost every night out. He'll give you 3 or 4 assists a game. Can hit the mid-range jumper. You can run your offense through him on the elbow. Really, really good player.
Here's Iguodala. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead. The Lakers shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. It's Thompson off the drive. O'Neal passes to Thompson. Puts it up. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Steve, I give David Lee a lot of credit for stopping it out at the center position, both in New York and then Golden State. You know, Clark, I never once heard him complain.
No, he's always a team-first guy and goes out there and does what he can to help his team. But you know, he's got to be thrilled to be playing next to a legitimate center in Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
And here's Kobe. 12 points for him. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
11 seconds left to play in the third. Thompson dishes to O'Neal. Lays it up and banks it in. O'Neal's got 6.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Warriors on top, up by 9. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks take on Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls this Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Jermaine O'Neal out there with David Lee. Here's Kaman, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
And it's blocked by Kaman. Nash with it. Back to Kaman. From 10 feet out, here's Hill. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And you know what? He is also relentless on the boards. He works as hard on his rebounding as anybody you're going to see.
Curry against Nash. Hill up top. Kaman inside. That's good. Kaman's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
He was all alone on that one. And the Warriors lead by 9.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Hill kicks to Nash. Pass to Kaman. Shot clock at 6. Young puts it up from 12. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
It's Thompson off the drive. There's David Lee on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Lakers trail by 11. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, you know, it's interesting, guys. Klay Thompson, as we all know, is a deadly outside shooter. But I think early in his NBA career, he struggled a bit with his touch around the rim. So it's nice to see as last season wore on, he started to find that touch around the glass and finish against bigger guys, which is much needed at the 2-guard position.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Mike D'Antoni gave to his team during that break. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And Nash, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Nash has got 14 points here in the second half. Well, and Clark, going back to Klay Thompson, he wants to be a complete player. His dad certainly was, and, Steve, he's just not a shooting specialist.
No, he's got the size and ball handling ability to really attack off the dribble, and he's also become an excellent defender, too. Greg Popovich talked about it during their playoff series a year ago. Thompson really did a nice job at that end of the floor.
Backing down is Bryant. Back to Nash. Latre. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. And that's now 19 points for Steve Nash.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Lakers trail by 8. Young passes to Nash. Out to Kobe. Back to Nash. Makes the lead pass. Hill makes it off the glass. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter. Warriors leading by 6. Lee, a screen on Nash. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Back to Gasol.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Curry against Nash. With the shot. He climbs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 19 points for Steph Curry. Lakers trail by 6. Gasol setting the pick for Kobe. He kicks it to Young. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
The first one falls. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a scorer.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kamen's checked in. And so Young nails them both.
It's been over 3 decades since the Warriors have won a division title, guys. It's sad to hear if you're a fan, but they were a lot closer last season than they have been in a long time. Ended up second in the Pacific Division.
Barnes defended by Gasol. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's one he knows he should have made.
And the rejection by Barnes. Dishes it to Curry. Clock at 6. Passes it to Thompson. And that one's good. Thompson's got 12 points here in the second half. And Clark, as you said with the Warriors, they were 9-7 against the rest of the Pacific Division. Did very well against the Clippers, but had some struggles with the other teams that kept them from closing, Steve, the gap to the top.
Well, for a long time, remember, they were right on the heels of the Clippers in the division race, but they fell into a little bit of a slump after the All-Star break. It's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out this year with the addition of Andre Iguodala. And this team has the potential to take another step up the ladder.
Kobe attacking. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Bogut's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Feeds it to Barnes. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Nash dishes to Young. He feeds it to Kaman. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Outside Curry. The pass to Thompson. Fires from deep. And it's Thompson again missing. Lakers trail by 5. Nash kicks to Young. Back to Nash. The dish to Young. High post shot. Can't get it to go.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Thompson against Kobe. Young up top. That's good. Now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he's finding it very difficult to score here in the 4th.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, just too many easy buckets, you know, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys, at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Warriors leading by 3. It's Curry with the drive. No good from Bogut. Lakers shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Young from outside. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got his 8th assist in the game. Nash against Curry. He passes to Thompson. Lee, a screen on Kobe. And Barnes backs in. Goes back up. In deep. Lee drops it in. Lee's got 10 points here in the second half.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Nash gets to Gasol. He's against Lee. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Curry against Nash. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got 8 rebounds in this game. Thompson right side. And good. He nails it. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Good ball move. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Kobe kicks to Young. Back to Kobe. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Young. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got 12 now in this quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're in front by 1. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Here's Curry. Back to Bogut. He dishes it to Thompson. Pass to Curry. Noah. Nice D from Nash.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Kobe, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Yeah, that one kind of took all of the life out of him there, Kevin.
Kind of quieted the voices in here, didn't it?
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Back to Kaman. From 12 feet out. That one wide left.
Good percentage shot, though. That's one they'll take any day of the week.
Thompson passes to Curry. It's good.
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
And the Lakers call time here. They're behind by 1. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Yeah, and I think it's a possible 2-for-1 situation, and so the next play they run will be interesting to see what they go with.
.36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now the feed to Kobe. It's off his leg, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. Here's Kobe. Buries it.
Kobe has been sensational.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're trailing by 1. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot in an offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver that gets you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Curry, here we go. Thompson. Thompson off the pick from Lee. Oh, missed it. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
And that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And he commits the intentional foul. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws there, and that could be the difference. It would force, more than likely, a desperation 3-point attempt.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Steve Nash.